Welcome back to Lessons Straight from the Heart, the podcast where stories shape destiny. I'm your host, Will Dokpesi, and today's lesson is about something many of us find hard to admit: asking for help. We're taught to be strong, to handle things ourselves, to never show weakness. But today, I want to show you why real strength sometimes looks like vulnerability. Today, let us begin the show with a story from a viewer and entrepreneur, Will Dokpesi. Stories about a time when he thought asking for help made him weak, but in reality, it was the bravest thing he did.
I am Will Dokpesi, and my story: a few years ago, I was living my dream. I had launched Money Mart, West Africa's first ever 24-hour teleshopping channel. We were streaming across the continent, reaching over 400 million homes through AIT. But behind the scenes, I was bleeding money. One major shipment, worth over $4 million, got impounded by customs. Demurrage fees piled up fast. The business was suffocating. Manufacturers pulled out. I kept smiling on camera, but inside, I was drowning. Still, I didn't tell anyone. I thought, this is my fight. I can fix it. Eventually, I broke. I called my sister, then a few trusted friends. I told them the truth. I needed help. And you know what? They didn't laugh. They didn't judge. They showed up. They reminded me that I didn't have to do life alone. That day, asking for help saved me from losing everything, including myself.
We often confuse independence with strength, but true strength lies in knowing when to reach out. No one is built to carry the world alone, and no one should have to. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is say, "I need you." Now, let's hear from Maya, a viewer from Ghana, who discovered the power of letting others in.
Hi, I'm Maya from Accra. For years, I was the strong one, the dependable sibling, the reliable friend. So when I lost my job, I pretended everything was fine. I'd dress up and leave the house like I was going to work, but I was really going to libraries and job centers, hiding my truth. Then one night, my mother found me crying. She looked me in the eyes and said, "Maya, even strong people need help." So I told them everything. And instead of shame, I got support. My family helped with bills, friends sent leads, and I was reminded, I'm not alone. Asking for help changed everything.
Maya's story reminds us, being strong doesn't mean doing it all alone. It means trusting those who love you enough to let them carry some of the weight. Before we get to our final story, remember, you can always send us your story. It could be about this topic, another topic, or even a lesson you learned from family, friends, or something you overheard. Send us a DM, drop a comment, or email us. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe at Will Dokpesi on all major platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Discord, Threads, and X. New episodes daily, stay tuned. Now, let's hear from Kelvin, a merchant from Nigeria, who found redemption in community.
Hey, I'm Kelvin from Port Harcourt. I used to import electronics. One big shipment, my biggest ever, sank in the Atlantic. I'd skipped insurance. Everything was gone. I owed banks. Loan sharks were chasing me. I lost my home, my cars. I was sleeping in bus parks. One day, I walked into my old church broken. I asked for help. That cry for help changed my life. The church raised money. They gave me a place to stay. People I hadn't seen in years showed up. With their help, I started again, smaller but smarter. I thought I lost everything, but I found what matters: community. Even when the world fails you, community can restore you. But it starts with one brave step: asking for help.
Have you ever asked for help when you were afraid to? What did you learn? Share your story in the comments. Now I ask you, have you ever been afraid to ask for help? What changed when you finally did? Or maybe you have a story about anything, a lesson from family, friends, or something you overheard that stayed with you. Drop a comment, send a DM, or email us. Let's learn from each other, because sometimes the stories we share become the lifeline someone else needs. If today's lesson touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for more stories that remind us of our worth, our resilience, and the beauty of connection. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. And if someone you know is carrying too much alone, share this with them. One message, one moment, one story can change everything. Lessons straight from the heart, where stories shape destiny. Follow at Dopsy on all platforms. New episodes daily. Stay tuned.